Welcome to taxreturnathome.com. Today we're going to be talking about the H&R Block tax refund calculator and how to use this calculator to figure out what your refund is going to be when you file your taxes. So let's get started here. So if you're trying to figure out what your refund is going to be or how much tax you might owe, I would recommend trying our online calculator. It's a very easy tool to use, and it's going to give you a pinpoint estimate of what your refund amount is going to be. And it doesn't matter what your tax situation is. If you own a small business, if you're married, if you own a home, if you own rental properties, vacation homes, this calculator can take all that into account and give you a really good estimate of what your refund is going to be. So when you enter your info into the calculator, you can just put in an estimate of what you think your total income is going to be or will be at the end of the year. You can be as accurate as you want. Obviously, the more accurate information you have to put into the calculator, the more accurate your refund estimate is going to be. So that's really up to you. The calculator is going to allow you to enter possible deductions you should qualify for, like mortgage interest, property taxes, and much more. And we're going to go through the calculator in a few seconds here. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to use it, and we're going to put together some scenarios that should help you guys out. So the calculator is a great tool if you're trying to plan for a refund amount, if you're kind of using that refund estimate as another type of savings account. It's going to give you a good idea of what you can expect when you file your taxes and get that refund back. Remember, if your tax situation changes during the year, like buying a new home, adding dependents, divorce, your refund or tax amount will change as those situations change. So let's go to the site real quick. So this is taxrefundathome.com, and you can click on any of these links here and it's going to take you to that refund estimator. So taxreturnathome.com. Click through here, let it load up. So we'll go to the calculator. And right here, let's put together a scenario if you're single. So fill in that first box, single, your age, 28, your total 2011 wages. If you had multiple employers, you're going to put the total of what that income is from all those employers. Now say, for example, you're doing this estimate halfway through the year. Look at your pay stubs and just multiply that by 2 if you're halfway through. You can figure out there's 52 weeks in a year. If you've been paid 14 weeks of the year, subtract that from 52 and add it. And you can do the calculation of what the estimate of your earnings for the rest of the year is going to be when you put it into here. So let's say you come up with $30,000 for the year. Okay, now it's processing down here. Now you're going to enter some more information here. Any dependents? We'll say that you have no dependent. We'll just put yourself because you count as a dependent. You're an exemption. Same thing. So we'll continue. So any state taxes that you paid in the year, we'll put in here. 1,000. Any donations, let's say you put 200. Student loan interest. Look at last year's interest, see what that was, and it's a pretty good indication probably of what you paid this year. Any tuition, let's say you paid some. And let's scroll down here. Let's say, trying to come up with a good scenario for you guys. Medical expenses, let's say you have 200 medical expenses. Okay, let's click back on income here. Let's do a withholding amount. Say you had $2,000 withheld. And some other income, if you had a savings account, let's put you at $50 in interest. And that should be good for that. So let's see what it gives us here. We'll just calculate what we put in. That took maybe like 2 minutes. So your refund estimate is going to be $1,527. Click on detailed results. That's going to give you a printout here. You can print it of exactly how we got to that refund amount. So I'd recommend saving that and printing it. And that's going to be pretty spot on to what your refund's going to be after you put in your information. So what I would recommend doing is getting your pay stubs out and getting out a record of any charitable donations you had in the year, any other medical expenses, things like that, so you can enter it into the system and get an accurate estimate. And look at last year's tax return, because the information on that return should be pretty consistent with this year. So that'll help you out. And then print it and save it. And you can do this calculator throughout the year just to keep on track of what your refund's going to be. So taxreturnathome.com, you can click on any of our links and it'll take you right to that calculator. Okay. Well, I hope you found the video useful. Check out our site, taxreturnathome.com, and our videos on YouTube. Thanks.